Hello everyone, this is Jeannie, also known as Scrapbooking Mama. I'm a proud guest design team member with Scrapbooking with Me on their Facebook page. I had posted recently on the Facebook page in the members room a picture of a couple of blue butterflies, and one of the administrators was wondering about a tutorial on them. So I told her I would do my best to get one in this week, and so that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be doing it in two parts. I'll splice the videos together so it'll be like one video, but it will have to be in two parts because of the drying time it takes on some of the material. Anyway, this is similar to what we're going to be doing today, except I'm going to do one in green. I've done one in like a light red and yellow. It looks more orangey, but it really is a red and a yellow. And I did a little bit different technique on it. And I've done another one with all blue. But we're going to be doing one similar to this one, only in green. And this is going to be a little bit different in here. So anyway, what I do is I printed off a page of butterflies, the clip art that was free online, and then I cut out one of the butterflies, and it doesn't tell me on the page. Usually they'll put download from on it, but it didn't do that this time, so I'm not sure what the website was that I got it from, but you can use any butterfly. It didn't have to be this one. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with this. Normally what I do is color it first and then cut them out because it seems to be easier, and I make sure I get all my lines done. But I went ahead to cut it out this time so I can save a little time. Now the first thing that I use is chameleon markers. They're the 1-pen blends, and they're available through the boutique. And this is the basic colors. And then on this one, I'll be using the green and the black for the body part of it. So now with these chameleon pens, what you've got to do, whichever side you want to do, I'm going to use the fine tip. So that means I'm going to open that part up first. If I can pull it, they're a little tight, which is good. It keeps them from drying out. And then I pull open this part. Oops, wrong one. Grab the wrong piece. This piece right here, and then in this piece is the water. This is what causes your colors to blend. So you take this pen, turn it upside down, put the water part of the pen on top of that, and the water from that will blend into the color, and it'll make it lighter. So that's how you do your blending. Now, it doesn't really matter how dark or light you want it. It depends on how long you keep this up. The longer you leave it up, the lighter it's going to be. So I just do it for a little bit at a time because I'm an impatient person to begin with. So if it doesn't do it quickly, then I'm like, okay, let's just go with that. But you can do it as long as you want to. And I usually do it for about 20 seconds or so. So now what I'm going to do is take it off now, and I'm going to start my blending. And because I want the dark to be further up, I'm going to start the blending process from the bottom section of this butterfly. And I'm doing it on the inside first, and going up. And if that's too light, then I'll just start again. Till I get to what I want it to be. Now I'll probably go over that again and make it a little darker in a little bit. But I'm going to try this first, because I don't want it to be real dark, but I don't want it to be real light either. So, okay, now we're going to go ahead and start on this side. It's just a matter of how long you want it to blend, depending on the color you want it. And see, it's getting darker, and this is what I want here, is it to be darker here than down here. I'm going to put a little more color in here. And I'm going to go ahead and get this darker over here too. You can use, any type of color you want. But the reason I use this is because I like the fact that it does blend in better. And see, I've got lighter in here, which is what I want. And darker inside toward the body. And for now, that's what I probably will stay with. I could always change it. So right now you see that I've got the different shades there. Now I'm going to do the same thing up in here on the top part. And like I said, that could be any kind of butterfly. It doesn't have to be this pattern. It can be any pattern that you want it to be. Okay. Now I want it to be darker in here, so I'm going to go ahead and start down here. I think I want a little darker. So now we can go ahead and darken it up in here now. Maybe a darker right there. There, okay. It does take a little bit of time, so you have to be patient with it. I'm not very patient, I told you, but I have to be patient if I want to do it right. So now I'm going to go start again. Okay, now it's all colored in. I have it the colors that I want. And then I decide where I want to put my liquid glass beads. These are Liquitex glass beads that I got from the boutique. And they're clear. And if I want, I can take a little bit of it out of the jar and put it on my mat. Maybe a little bit more than that. I'll make sure I'd rather have a little bit too much than not enough. And then I'm going to take Lindy's spray. Lindy's Stamp Gang Spray, Bells of Ireland Green, which is one of my favorite colors there. And I better cap that up real quick before it dries out. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put some Lindy spray. The last one I did, I had put Tim Holtz Distress ink in it, so you can do that too if you want. I'm just going to put a little bit of the color in here. Doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to give it some color. And that's going to be a pretty color, it looks like. Then I decide where I'm going to put the coloring, or the beads, I'm sorry. And I usually kind of take it and put it to the back of it. And of course it's going to be a different color, but when it dries the effect is going to be a lot different than what it looks like now. So I'll go ahead and put this color on. It doesn't matter where you put it, wherever you want to put it's fine. You can put it in any area. I love the glass beads because they're so versatile. You can use them clear, you can color them, whatever you want to do. And I'll put the glossy accents on the rest of the butterfly. Okay, that's done there. I'll take up my pickup tool, which I've really messed up because I squished the point too much. But it still works for me, which is good. Now I'm going to take it and cover his head and cover the middle part. And that's all the beads I'm going to put on it. I like the looks of the little tail there. So, when this is dry, I'll be back to show it to you so you can see it. Okay, now my butterfly is all finished. And what I do after after it's dried and everything, I'll take my black chameleon pen and use the marker, and I use the fine tip part, and I go around the edge so that way no white spots are showing. And normally, if you have any of the glue and stuff sticking out, you want to cut that off first and trim it up before you put the marker on. But normally what I do, and what works best for me, and it might work best for you too, you just have to experiment and try and see what's best for you, is that I color it, I liquid glue it, or glossy accent it, and do the Liquitex glass beads on it before I cut it out. That way when I do cut it out, it's all trimmed evenly and I don't have to worry about trimming any excess away from it. So that's what works best for me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and remember, it's any butterfly pattern that you find. It was a free download clip art that I did, and I would give you the website for it, but it didn't have that on there for some reason. So, but you just, do a research on free clip art, and you'll find something in there. It doesn't have to be like this. You can do anything you want to it. Here are some other ones that I did. This is the blue one I showed you originally. And here's another blue one. And this one was solid glass beads on it. And then here's a red one that I did. And then here's a red and yellow. It looks kind of orangey, but it's a light red color. So let's see if you can see that. Now this one, what I did with it, I had put glossy accents on, or actually I put the glass beads on, put the glass beads on all over it. And then I sprinkled it with fine glitter. So I thought that was, I wanted to try something different. So it's got both glitter and the glass beads into it. So I like shiny. I like blingy. So you can always bend the wings if you want to when you put on your paper, but if you do, you might want to do something to the background here and just kind of give it a squeeze there. And you'll have your winged butterfly, or you can just lay them flat, whichever way you want to do. So anyway, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. If you have any questions on this, just inbox me. Thank you. God bless.